What's something you've seen in public that's made you think, wow, you are a terrible parent? Run in front of cars onto a roundabout to cross the street when there are enough crosswalks with a 3-yo with you. When I see a parent with a pram, stroller cross the road between cars. They can't see properly so they inch forward. The stroller ends up sticking out onto the road. When a parent lets their kid walk up to a service dog and pet it without permission. It's honestly the worst thing someone can do to someone who needs a service dog. The best thing to do is leave them alone. When you see 7-year-olds with smartphones, child on a leash, I cringe every time I watch a parent give in to a child's tantrum in public. They're setting themselves up for failure by rewarding that behavior. In the restaurant eating. The table next to us, a mom cutting her 10-year-old son's nail on the table. All kinds of terrible. The kid was younger. Couldn't have been more than 8 or 9. And obviously upset about something, and the mom just stopped walking. Turned around and straight up backhanded him. He started crying harder and she was obviously going to hit him again while saying something like, "You want another? You want more? Keep crying." Multiple people moved in at once to grab, shield the kid, and one of the men started saying he was a plainclothes police officer and she was coming with him. She started hitting and kicking the guy, but sure enough she got handcuffed pretty quickly. I wish I knew what all she was charged with and what time she got. The little boy was in rough shape, so it couldn't have been the first time. People who don't put their kids on leashes and let them run free outside. Lil brats could bite someone or piss on someone's lawn. Kids these days. I tells ya. Back in my day, when a child screams and makes a mess somewhere and parents don't smack it. I even used to get annoyed at Bounty and similar commercials cause a kid would spill shit and mom would smile with delight and wipe it with Bounty instead of smack it. Smoking while holding an infant at truck pulls where the engines are loud enough to burst eardrums. This happened during last year's summer vacation. I was out with my parents and we went to the mall. Got our seats and ate lunch there. My mom suddenly tells me to look discreetly to my right and I see a family of 5. The parents and 3 girls. The oldest is around 12 and the youngest 5. When I look at their table I see that the parents are eating a full lunch and there is only 1 plate of rice and soup for the 3 girls. Later I look again and they're sharing the leftovers of their dad's meal. The parents were having a full-ass set of food while they left their kids to eat a minimum meal and their leftovers. My mom commented later that they probably starved at home and that the meal they had today was the best one so far during summer vacation where they don't have their school lunch to eat. Sometimes I still think about the 3 girls and feel bad for them because the parents ate their delicious meal in front of them with a look as if they weren't doing anything wrong, and my country being a mind your own shit only cultured one. No one was able to do anything. I still think I should have done something, but I didn't want to cause problems. I hope they're doing fine. People who yell and swear at their kids. I watched a woman forcefully slam her toddler in the seat on a shopping cart and berate him in the parking lot. Poor thing was crying so hard. Anyone who yells like that at their kids has issues regulating their own emotions. Really grinds my gears. Not necessary terrible. But I don't like when toddlers fell down and their parents bring them back up only by grabbing their hand, picking them up as if they were a bag of onions and dragging them. I've seen this way too many times and it seems painful. 1. Teenagers in cars' passengers' seats giving disturbing looks while the parent cuts off people from getting through the parking lot. 2. A mother pushing a baby stroller and trying to psychologically abuse, psychoanalyze me with Their eyes and body language, when they haven't had anything to do with me in years, as if to tell me I have now abused their toddler and them. 3. Teenagers in a group unsupervised in a van, driving around looking to mentally and psychologically abuse others in a bad moment or situation. 4. Anyone who has allowed freshmen in high school or middle school girls in 7th grade to go unsupervised anywhere after 9 p.m. whom are not out of middle school mentally. 5. Middle school girls in line at a mall alone without supervision. In the bus about a 5-year-old was loudly screaming and crying whole time about 30 minutes. And mother was ignoring him, looking out from the window and constantly reminding him, "Do not talk with mom until you know how to behave." He wanted to sit next to mom couple of times and she would say, "You are not allowed to sit down until you stop this behavior and apologize to mom." Also, she was constantly embarrassing him by saying, "Look, everyone is looking at you and see how you do not know how to behave." I do not know what happened prior to that or what brought him in this place. But it felt so wrong. I do not want to judge other parents. But this kid clearly wasn't capable of handling his emotions in this situation alone, and on top of that, to cancel them. I mean, when these kids grow up, their parents will wonder why kids hide their problems and do not talk with parents.